The Deer 8370R's been throwing the same damn code for 3 days. P0087, fuel rail pressure too low, and I'm elbow deep in the high pressure pump when my phone buzzes. Kelsey, my daughter texts during her planning period, usually some question about whether we need milk or if I remembered to pick up her prescription from Walgreens in Junction City. I wipe diesel off my hands with a shop rag that's more grease than cloth at this point. Dad, can you pick up Trevor early? Eclipse thing at school got canceled. I'm squinting at the message, trying to figure out why Riley County Schools would cancel an eclipse viewing. The whole district's been hyped about it for weeks. Send home those cardboard glasses, whole educational opportunity thing. When Dale Hoffman walks into my shop bay without knocking. That's Dale. 62, farms 800 acres of winter wheat north of Leonardville, drives a 2003 F-250 that should have died in 2015, and hasn't used a doorbell since Reagan was president. Your radio on? He says. I've got the shop radio tuned to 580 WIBW like always, but it's been playing commercials for the last 10 minutes. What about it? Turn it up. I grab the dial, twist it. The commercial ends. Something about seed treatments from Koch Agronomic Services. And then the news anchor's voice cuts in, that flat professional tone they use when they're trying not to sound panicked. Reports from Topeka and Manhattan of individuals displaying what witnesses describe as unusual shadow formations. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment has issued a statement urging residents to remain indoors during today's solar eclipse, which will reach maximum coverage at 1:47 p.m. Central Time. We're getting word now that static, then nothing, then commercials again. Dale's staring at me. That ain't normal. No. I'm already texting Kelsey back. On my way. Stay inside. You heard what they said about shadows? Dale says. He's got that look he gets when he's about to tell me something that sounds crazy, but he's dead serious about it. Same look he had when he showed me the coyote tracks around his chicken coop that were too big and too human-shaped. My nephew Randy, he's a deputy in Manhattan, called me 20 minutes ago. Said people are, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I've lost it. Said people's shadows are moving wrong. I'm not really listening. Trevor's at Leonardville Elementary, 12 minutes from my shop if I take K, 18 straight through. Kelsey teaches at Riley Middle School in Riley proper, 15 minutes opposite direction. My wife Amber works the front desk at Geary Community Hospital in Junction City, 28 miles south. The eclipse is supposed to peak in, I check my phone, 43 minutes. Moving wrong how? I ask Dale because I need to keep him talking while I grab my keys, lock up the Deer Bay, decide which direction to drive first. Randy said. Dale stops, looks out the shop door. I follow his gaze. It's 1:04 p.m. Full sun. April in Kansas, so the light's that sharp bright white that makes you squint. But the shadows on the parking lot outside my shop look wrong. Not darker, not lighter, just wrong. The shadow of Dale's truck should be pointing northwest based on the sun angle, but it's stretched almost due north. 20 feet long where it should be 12. That's the sun position, I say, but I'm not sure I believe it. Must be the angle. At 1 in the afternoon? Dale says. In April. My phone buzzes again. Kelsey. Dad, the office just went on lockdown. They're saying don't go outside? I gotta get Trevor, I tell Dale. I'm already moving toward my truck, a 2019 Ram 2500 I bought, used from Riley Motors with 70,000 miles that's now pushing 140. Diesel engine, which matters because half the gas stations around here run out of unleaded every other week, but they always have diesel for the farmers. Dale follows me out. Wait, I'll come with. He steps off the concrete pad of my shop onto the gravel lot. His shadow, that too long northward stretched shadow, touches the shadow of the cottonwood tree by the fence. Where they overlap, the shadow ripples. Like water, like ink in water. Dale stops mid-step. The hell was that? I'm staring at the shadow overlap. Still rippling. And Dale's shadow, it's not connected to his feet anymore. It's pulled away, maybe 3 inches, the gap between Dale and his shadow filled with regular sunlit gravel. Dale, I say, don't move. Why not? But he's frozen anyway, looking down at his feet, at the gap. Why's it doing that? The shadow ripples again. Then it snaps back to Dale's feet like elastic. Dale lets out a breath. Okay, that was... His shadow moves. Dale's standing still, but his shadow takes a step forward. Just the shadow. The dark silhouette on the gravel takes one full stride toward the shop building while Dale stays planted. Gene, Dale says, and I've known Dale Hoffman for 16 years. Worked on his equipment since I opened this shop in 2018, and I've never heard him sound scared before. Gene, what do I do? I'm holding my truck keys. My phone's buzzing again. Amber this time probably saw the news, but I can't look away from Dale's shadow. It's moving independent now, taking steps, turns to face Dale. The silhouette on the gravel, just darkness in the shape of a man. No features, no depth, turns and looks at the real Dale Hoffman. Then it rushes toward him. Dale tries to back up, but the shadow's faster. It hits his boots and flows up his legs like water, like oil, covering his jeans, his Carhartt jacket, his neck. Dale's screaming, this high, choked sound, and where the shadow touches him, he's changing. His skin going gray, his eyes going black. Not like his pupils are dilating, like his entire eyes are turning into flat black circles, no whites, no color. I'm running. I don't decide to run. My body just does it. Back into the shop. I grab the first thing I can find, a halogen work light, 500 watts, plugged into the wall socket by the deer. I yank it free, carry it to the bay door. Dale's on his knees now, the shadow covering everything except his face. His mouth's open. His eyes are completely black. I hit the switch on the work light. 500 watts of halogen floods the gravel lot. Dale's shadow, the thing covering him, recoils, pulls back from his face, his chest. Dale collapses forward onto his hands, gasping, coughing. His eyes are still black, but he's moving on his own, crawling toward the shop bay. Inside, I'm yelling, "Get inside! Get away from!" The shadow retreats to the gravel, reforms into Dale's silhouette, but it's standing upright now, waiting, and in the halogen light, I can see other shadows in the lot starting to move. The shadow of my truck, the shadow of the cottonwood tree, the shadow of the shop sign that says Gene's Equipment Repair in faded red letters. All of them pulling away from their sources, standing independent, turning toward us. Dale makes it inside the bay. I hit the button for the overhead door, watch it rattle down. Through the narrowing gap, I see the shadows advancing across the gravel lot. Walking, 10 of them, 15, more. The door closes, seals. Dale's on the floor, back against my toolbox, breathing hard. His eyes are fading from black to dark gray. His skin's still ashy. "What?" he starts. My phone's ringing. "Kelsey." I answer it. "Dad, are you okay?" "Dad, Trevor's school. The teachers are keeping everyone inside, but..." "Dad." I can see outside the window. There's something wrong with the shadows on the playground. I'm looking at the clock on the wall. 1:09 p.m. 38 minutes until maximum eclipse coverage. "Stay inside," I tell her. "Lock the doors. Don't let anyone go outside. I'm coming to get Trevor. Then I'm coming for you." "Dad, what's happening?" I'm staring at Dale, who's staring at his hands like he doesn't recognize them. "I don't know." I tell my daughter, which is the truth, but what I'm thinking is, how do I drive 12 minutes to Trevor's school when every shadow between here and there just became a threat? Dale looks up at me. His eyes are almost back to normal now, just a dark rim around the edges. "Gene," he says. "I could feel it when it touched me. It was trying to, I don't know, get inside, replace me. It wanted to wear me. Outside the shop, I hear footsteps on gravel. Slow, steady, multiple sets. But when I look out the window, I don't see anyone. Just shadows. Walking. 20 of them now. 30. More flowing in from the road, from the fields, converging on my shop like they know we're inside. And I'm thinking, Trevor's school is surrounded by playground equipment. Swing sets, slides, flag poles. Every single piece of equipment casting a shadow in full sun. My phone buzzes. Amber. Jean, I'm seeing reports at the hospital of people coming in with blackened eyes and gray skin. What's happening? Are you safe? Are the kids safe? I text back with shaking hands. Stay inside. Do not go outside. I'm getting Trevor and Kelsey. Then I'm coming for you. Dale stands up, unsteady. We can't drive through them. Can we? I'm looking at my truck through the window, at the shadow it casts across the gravel. A shadow that's now standing upright next to the real truck, mimicking its shape, waiting. No, I say. We can't. The halogen work light flickers, dims, the bulbs overheating. These things aren't meant to run continuous. They're for spot work, 20 minutes max. I've got maybe another 10 minutes before it burns out. And outside, the shadows keep coming. The work light's getting hot. I can smell it, that electrical burning smell like when you run a motor too hard. Dale's sitting on my workbench, still shaking, checking his hands every 30 seconds like they might turn gray again. I'm on my phone with Randy, Dale's nephew, the Manhattan deputy. Approximately 47 confirmed cases at Mercy Regional, Randy's saying. His voice has that clipped professional cop tone, but there's an edge underneath. Symptoms include complete ocular blackening, epidermal discoloration, and this is where it gets weird, Jean, loss of dimensional depth. The affected individuals appear flattened, like they're two-dimensional, and they're strong. Took 4 officers to restrain one subject at the Dillons on Tuttle Creek. I'm watching the shadows through my shop window. They're not attacking the building, just waiting. 40, maybe 50 of them now, formed up in a rough semicircle around the bay door. The shadow of my truck. The shadow of Dale's F-250. Shadows from fence posts and trees and equipment I can't even see from inside. All standing. All patient. Randy, I gotta get to my kids. I tell him. Trevor's at Leonardville Elementary. Kelsey's at Riley Middle. What's the official response? National Guard? CDC? There is no official response yet. Governor's office issued a stay-inside advisory 10 minutes ago. That's it. Jean, listen, the people we've got in custody, the ones who got fully taken over by these things, they're not people anymore. They don't talk. They don't respond to verbal commands. They just try to get to other people's shadows. Try to make them overlap. We've got 3 in holding cells right now, and they're just standing there, pressed against the bars, reaching for the guards' shadows on the floor. Dale's looking at me, mouthing, what's he saying? How do we kill them? I ask Randy, silence on the line. Then, we don't know if you can. We tried tasers, no effect. Pepper spray, nothing. Physical restraint works, but only because we can overpower them with numbers. Bright light seems to repel them but doesn't destroy them. And Jean, the sun's about 33 minutes from maximum eclipse. When that happens, when the moon blocks the sun, all the shadows are going to change direction and intensity. We don't know what that'll do. My phone's showing 17% battery. I didn't charge it last night because I fell asleep watching TV after working on the Henderson Farms cultivator until 9 p.m. Classic. I'm going to get my kids, I tell Randy. I'll figure out how. Don't go outside, Randy says. That's an order. Well, not an official order, I can't actually, just don't. We've lost contact with 3 patrol units that went mobile. They're not responding to radio. We found Officer Patterson's cruiser on Highway 24 near Wamego. Empty. His shadow was moving on the pavement. Jean, I gotta go, we've got reports of... The line cuts out. Not static, just dead air. Then the call drops completely. I try calling Kelsey. Straight to voicemail. Try Amber. Same thing. Cell towers must be getting overwhelmed, or the shadows are interfering with signal somehow, or hell, I don't know. I'm an equipment technician, not a telecom engineer. Dale stands up. We need light. More light. If one halogen keeps them back, what about 20? He's right. I've got 8 more halogen work lights in the storage room, plus a couple of LED bars I use for night repairs. But they're all plugged in, running off shop power, and my shop's on the same grid as the rest of Leonardville. Population 836. One substation. If that goes down, the lights flicker. No, I say. They flicker again. Hold. The halogen by the door dims, brightens, dims. Dale's already moving to the storage room. Where's your generator? Don't have one. I'm running through the shop inventory in my head. Portable power tools, they're all battery operated. Milwaukee M18 system, 6 batteries charged at maybe 60% capacity. Batteries won't run work lights. Not for more than 20 minutes. Wait, the deer. Dale stops. The tractor. It's got a 540 PTO output. We can run a generator off the power takeoff if we... I'm already moving to the parts room where I keep the backup components. PTO generators exist. I've seen them at farm auctions. Never needed one because my shop's always had wall power. But maybe... I find it in the back corner. A Winco PTO generator, 40 kilowatt, that came in with a parts lot I bought from an estate sale in 2021. I never installed it because why would I? It's been sitting here collecting dust for 3 years. I drag it out, check the connections, check the shaft coupler. This'll work, I tell Dale. We couple this to the deer's PTO, run the tractor at 540 revolutions per minute, we'll have 40 kilowatts continuous. That'll power every light in this shop plus some. How long will the tractor run? I'm already doing the math. The 8370R has a 125-gallon fuel tank. At idle PTO speed, it burns maybe 4 gallons per hour. 31 hours. More than enough to wait out the eclipse. Wait for help. Dale nods. Doesn't mention that help might not come. Doesn't mention that the shadows outside might not leave when the eclipse ends. We both know it, but saying it out loud makes it real. The lights flicker again. Longer this time. 5 seconds of dimness before they stabilize. Do it fast, Dale says. I'm coupling the PTO generator to the deer's rear shaft when my phone buzzes. Text from Kelsey. Dad, Trevor's school called me. They evacuated into the gym, but they're seeing shadows moving under the doors. The teachers are scared. Nobody knows what to do. I text back. Are you still locked down? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear. Then yes. But Dad, there are kids in the hallway who went to bathroom before lockdown. We can hear them screaming. The teachers won't open the doors. They're saying we can't risk it. My hands stop moving. There are kids trapped in the hallway at Riley Middle School, 15 minutes from here, and my daughter's locked in a classroom listening to them scream. Jean, Dale says, you okay? I'm not okay. I'm the opposite of okay. But I need to get this generator running because without power we're dead. And if we're dead, I can't help Trevor or Kelsey or Amber or anyone. So I keep working. Tighten the PTO shaft coupling. Check the shear pin. Connect the generator output cables to my shop's electrical panel. Dale's watching through the window. They're getting closer. I look up. The shadows have advanced. Not rushed, they don't move fast, but they've closed the semicircle. Now they're within 15 feet of the shop walls. I can see details in the overhead sun, or lack of details. They're perfectly flat. Silhouettes. No texture. No variation in darkness. Just solid black shapes in the form of humans, vehicles, objects. The work light by the door flickers. The shadows surge forward. "Start it," Dale's yelling. I'm already turning the deer's ignition. The diesel engine catches, rumbles to life. I engage the PTO, watch the shaft spin up to speed. The generator whines, catches, starts producing power. I flip the switch on my electrical panel to generator mode. The shop lights blaze on. All 24 overhead fluorescents. Every LED. Every work light. The whole shop bright as a grocery store at midnight. The shadows stop 3 feet from the walls. Can't advance into the light spilling out through the window gaps under the door, through the ventilation screens. They stand there, waiting. My phone buzzes. Kelsey again. The screaming stopped. I'm staring at that message, trying not to think about what it means that the screaming stopped. Trying to focus on the fact that we have power now, we have light, we have time to plan. Dale's sitting back down on the workbench. Okay, we're stable. Now what? Now we figure out how to get to the schools without stepping into a shadow. Can't be done. It's full sun out there, Gene. Everything's got a shadow. He's right. Even with the brightest lights, you can't eliminate shadows completely. There's always darkness where the light can't reach. And these things, these shadow people, whatever they are, they're using every shadow, every dark patch, every place where light doesn't hit. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer it. This is Emergency Management Coordinator Patricia Lawson with Riley County Emergency Services. Professional voice. Tired. Am I speaking with Eugene Holbrook? Gene. Yeah, that's me. How'd you get my number? We're calling all registered business owners in the affected area. Mr. Holbrook, what is your current status? Barricaded in my shop with Dale Hoffman. We're safe for now. Generator power. But my kids are in 2 different schools and my wife's at Geary Community Hospital. I need to get to them. Sir, under no circumstances should you attempt to travel. The affected individuals, we're calling them shadow host entities or SHEs, they're spreading rapidly. Initial estimates put conversion rate at approximately 12% of the county population in the last hour. That's over 900 individuals. 900 out of 7,500 people in Riley County in 1 hour. What about evacuation? National Guard? FEMA? Kansas National Guard units are mobilizing but won't reach Manhattan for another 2 hours minimum. Federal response is being coordinated, but, Mr. Holbrook, I'll be direct with you. We're being told that the eclipse's maximum phase may accelerate the conversion process. We need people to shelter in place with adequate lighting until we can determine if the effect dissipates post-eclipse. And if it doesn't dissipate? Silence. Then, we'll address that scenario as it develops. Do you have sufficient supplies to remain sheltered for 24 hours? I look around my shop. Half a bag of Cheetos on my desk. 2 cans of Mountain Dew in the mini fridge. Dale probably has a flask in his truck, but his truck is outside, surrounded by shadow things. Yeah, I lie. We're good. Stay inside. Keep your lights on. We'll send help when we can. The call ends. Dale's shaking his head. They're not sending help. I'm opening the tool cabinet, taking inventory. Impact wrench. Socket set. Welding equipment. None of it useful against shadows. We're on our own. The deer's running steady. Generator output holding at 38 kilowatts. Shop lights bright. Outside, the shadows wait. And somewhere across Riley County, my son is hiding in a school gym while shadow things move under the doors, and my daughter is listening to silence where there used to be screaming, and my wife is working in a hospital that's probably getting flooded with gray-skinned patients with black eyes. I check the time. 1:26 p.m. 21 minutes until maximum eclipse. We gotta move before the eclipse peaks, I tell Dale. After that, who knows what happens? Move how? You said it yourself, we can't drive through them. I'm staring at the Deere 8370R. Four-wheel drive, enclosed cab, bright work lights mounted on the roof, PTO generator coupled to the rear, which means we can take our own power source with us. We don't drive a truck, I say. We drive a tractor. The cab's sealed. We mount every work light we've got on the frame. Create a moving bubble of light. The generator runs off the PTO, so we've got continuous power. We drive to Trevor's school first. It's closest. Get him, then Kelsey, then Amber. Dale's looking at the tractor, at the generator coupled to its rear shaft, at the shadows outside pressed against the sphere of light like dogs against a fence. That's the worst plan I've ever heard, he says. You got a better one? He doesn't. Neither do I. But Trevor's 12 years old and he's scared, and Kelsey's trying to stay calm for her students while kids die in the hallway, and Amber's surrounded by infected patients at a hospital that's probably already overrun. The lights flicker. Brief. The generator compensates, stabilizes. We do this now, I tell Dale, or we don't do it at all. We're mounting the last work light to the deer's roof frame when Dale says, Gene, look at your phone. I've got 6 missed calls from Amber, 3 voicemails. I'm zip-tying a 400-watt LED bar to the roll bar, hands shaking so bad I have to redo the tie twice, and I don't want to stop because if I stop moving I'll think about what those voicemails might say. Gene, Dale says again. I play the first one. Amber's voice, clinical and controlled the way she gets during hospital emergencies. Gene, we're converting a triage system. Patients with shadow contact are being isolated in the West Wing. The spreading through physical touch now, not just shadow overlap. If their shadow touches you, fine. If they touch you after conversion, static. Quarantine protocols. Call me back. Second voicemail 3 minutes later. Less controlled. Gene, where are you? I need to know you and the kids are safe. The ER's chaos. We've got people coming in who are already fully converted. Black eyes, gray skin, completely non-responsive. They're not attacking staff, but they're trying to get to the windows, to the light fixtures like they want to. Gene, call me back right now. Third voicemail. Timestamp 1:31 p.m. Amber's whispering. Security's been compromised. SHE's got through the loading dock. There are 40, maybe 50 of them in the main corridor. I'm locked in the admin office with Jennifer and 2 nurses. Gene, if you get this, don't come to the hospital. Get the kids. Get somewhere safe with light. Lots of light. I love you. Tell Trevor and Kelsey I. The message cuts off. I'm standing there holding my phone. Dale's pretending to check the PTO coupling. The deer's engine is running, generator humming. Every light we own bolted to this tractor like some kind of farm equipment disco ball. Outside, the shadows wait. We get Trevor and Kelsey first, I say. Then we get Amber. Gene. Then we get Amber. My voice comes out harder than I meant. Hospitals 28 miles. Schools are 12 and 15. We get the kids. Then we head to Junction City. Dale doesn't argue, just nods. We both know the math. The further we drive, the more shadows we encounter, the more chances for something to go wrong. But what am I supposed to do? Leave my wife in a hospital that's been overrun? I'm climbing into the deer's cab when my phone rings. Kelsey. Dad, you need to get Trevor now. I'm coming, No, listen. I just got a call from Principal Anderson at his school. They're hearing breaking glass. Something's trying to get into the gym. They've got 200 kids in there, Dad. Elementary school kids. Trevor's in there with his whole class. I'm already buckling in. The cab's designed for 1 operator, but Dale squeezes into the jump seat behind me. How long ago did she call? 2 minutes. Dad, she said. Kelsey's voice cracks. First time she's sounded scared instead of professional teacher calm. She said the shadows were forming shapes outside the windows. Human shapes. Lots of them. And they were all reaching toward the building. The tractor's got 8 forward gears, tops out at 26 miles per hour. 12 minutes to Leonardville Elementary becomes 20 at tractor speed. We don't have 20 minutes. I'm on my way, I tell Kelsey. Stay locked down. Do not let anyone leave that classroom. Some of the kids are crying. They want to go home. Nobody leaves. I'm shifting the deer into gear. Promise me, Kelsey. Nobody opens that door until I get there or until emergency services arrives. Emergency services isn't coming, Dad. We both know that. She's right. She's always been the practical one. Got that from Amber. Trevor's the dreamer, wants to be a video game designer, draws these elaborate fantasy maps during class when he should be doing math. Kelsey teaches 7th grade science, knows how to look at data and draw conclusions. And the data says we're alone. Promise me anyway, I say. I promise. Dad, be careful. I hang up, look at Dale. You ready? No. But let's go anyway. I hit the button for the overhead bay door. It rattles up. Sunlight floods in, that weird eclipse light, dimmer than normal, the color slightly off. The shadows outside pull back from the light spilling out of the shop, from the work lights blazing on the deer, create a rough corridor maybe 10 feet wide. I throttle up. The tractor lurches forward. We roll out into the parking lot. The work lights are doing their job, creating a bubble of brightness around the tractor, pushing the shadows back. But they don't disappear. They retreat just beyond the light's reach, flowing around us like water around a boat. I can see them in the mirrors. Dozens, hundreds, moving with us, keeping pace. Gene, Dale says, they're following. I know. What happens when we stop? I don't answer. We both know what happens. The moment we kill the engine, the moment the lights die, the shadows rush in. We've got one shot at this. Get to the school, get Trevor and every other kid we can fit on this tractor, get to Riley Middle for Kelsey, then make the 28-mile run to Junction City. The clock on the tractor's dashboard shows 1:38 p.m., 9 minutes until maximum eclipse. We turn on to K18. The road's empty. No cars, no people, just shadows. They're everywhere. Standing in ditches, in yards, on porches. Every single shadow that should be lying flat on the ground is standing upright. The shadow of a mailbox, the shadow of a fence, the shadow of a telephone pole, all vertical, all turning to watch us pass. They're organizing, Dale says. Look, they're forming groups. He's right. The shadows aren't random anymore. They're clustering, moving in coordinated patterns, blocking side roads, creating barriers across driveways. And they're all moving toward the same direction, toward the schools, toward anywhere people are sheltering. They're hunting, I say. My phone buzzes. Text from Amber. Still in admin office. 70+ SHEs in corridor. Trying to breach door. I can hear them on the other side. Not making sound. Just pushing. Gene, I need you to promise me something. I text back while driving one-handed. What? 3 dots. Then, if I'm converted when you get here, don't try to save me. Just get kids and run. Promise me. I'm staring at that message. The tractor's still rolling at 20 mph down K18. Dale's silent behind me. Outside, shadows flow past like a river. I don't text back. Can't promise that. Won't. Leonardville Elementary appears ahead, single-story brick building. Built in 1968, 3 classroom wings radiating from a central gym. The parking lot's full of shadows. Not standing randomly. Arranged in rows. Dozens of them. All facing the gym windows. There's too many, Dale says. There are. 50 shadows at minimum. Maybe more. Our lights push them back, but there's a limit to how much ground we can cover. And I need to get inside the gym, get Trevor, get every kid I can fit. That means leaving the tractor. means stepping out of the light. I pull into the parking lot. The shadows retreat from our lights but don't disappear. They're patient, waiting. I roll up to the gym entrance. Double doors, safety glass, interior lights visible through the windows. Inside, I can see people, kids sitting in rows, teachers standing guard. And on the floor, stretching across the polished wood basketball court, I see shadows. Not the kids' shadows, not the teachers' shadows, other shadows. Shadows that have somehow gotten inside despite all the lights being on. "Gene," Dale says, "how'd they get in there?" The gym has windows, high up, near the ceiling. Those narrow horizontal windows they put in schools to save on heating costs. And through every window, I see shadows pressed against the glass. Not outside, inside. They got in through the gaps, through the ventilation, through anywhere light couldn't reach 100%. The kids are huddled in the center of the gym under the overhead lights. The shadows are coming in from the edges. Slow, methodical, and the kids have nowhere to go. 25 kids in Trevor's third grade class. Mrs. Murphy's class next to them, another 22. The fourth grade wing, 30. 77 kids total visible in the gym, plus 8 teachers, plus Principal Anderson, plus 2 custodians. 88 people. The Deer's cab seats 1 operator comfortably. 2 if someone stands on the jump seat. We could maybe fit 5 kids in the cab if we crammed. Another 10 standing on the rear hitch near the PTO generator if they hold onto the frame. 15 people maximum. 88 people. 15 spaces. "We can't save them all," Dale says. I know. I've known since we started driving. But hearing him say it makes it real. My phone rings. Principal Anderson. I answer. "Mr. Holbrook? Is that you outside?" "Yeah, I'm here for Trevor. We need help. The shadows got inside somehow. We're running out of room. The kids are terrified." "How many can you get to the main doors? The ones facing the parking lot?" "All of them. We can move them all. But, Mr. Holbrook, there are shadows between us and the doors. We'd have to go through them." I'm watching through the gym windows. The interior shadows are closing in. They've got maybe 5 minutes before the shadows reach the center cluster where the kids are huddled. Maybe less. "Get everyone ready to move," I tell Anderson. "When I say go, you run for the doors. All of you. Don't stop. Don't look back. My tractor's got lights. We'll cover you best we can." "All of us? Mr. Holbrook, there are 88 people in here." "I know. Just get them ready." I hang up. Dale's staring at me. "Gene, we can't fit 88 people." "I know. So what's the plan?" "I don't have a plan. I have a tractor with 15 spaces and 88 people who need rescue. I have 9 minutes until maximum eclipse. I have a wife trapped in a hospital and a daughter locked in a school and a son in a gym that's about to be overrun. The math doesn't work. There's no solution where everyone survives. We take as many as we can fit," I tell Dale. "Trevor first. Then kids who can run fast enough to keep up with the tractor. Then teachers. And the rest." I don't answer. Dale doesn't push it. I'm positioning the tractor closer to the gym doors when I see movement in my mirror. The shadows in the parking lot aren't waiting anymore. They're advancing, pushing against our light bubble, testing it. And behind them, more shadows flowing in from the road, from the fields, from everywhere. The eclipse is darkening the sky, that weird twilight color. The sun's a crescent now, maybe 30% covered. Our work lights are bright, but the ambient sunlight is fading. The shadows are getting stronger. My phone buzzes. "Kelsey. Dad, something's wrong at Trevor's school. I can see it from our window. There are hundreds of shadows in the parking lot. Dad, you need to get him out now." I text back. "I'm here. About to extract. Stay locked down." "Kelsey, Dad, be careful. I love you. I put the phone in my pocket. Key the engine to idle. Look at Dale. When I open this door, those shadows are going to rush us. We've got maybe 30 seconds before they recover from the light. 30 seconds to get Trevor in the cab, get whoever else we can on the tractor, and start moving. You ready? Dale's 62, farms wheat, hasn't run anywhere in probably 10 years. But he nods. Let's go get your boy, he says. I'm reaching for the door handle when the gym lights flicker. Inside, the overhead fluorescents dim, brighten, dim again. The kids start screaming, and the shadows inside the gym surge forward. I'm out of the cab before Dale can say anything. The work lights from the tractor blaze against the school's brick wall, push the shadows back. They flow away like smoke, but they don't vanish, just retreat to the edges of the light where they wait, gathering. There are so many now. I can't count them. 200, 300. Every shadow in Leonardville has come to this parking lot. The gym doors burst open. Principal Anderson first, 50-something, gray hair, wearing a Kansas State polo shirt. Then Mrs. Murphy with her third graders. Trevor's near the back of the group, holding hands with the girl next to him, Claire Jennings from down the road. His face is pale. He sees me, breaks formation, runs. Trevor, stay in the light. He freezes. He's 8 feet from the tractor, right at the edge where our work lights end and the shadows begin. The shadows on the ground, regular shadows from the building, from cars, are rippling, starting to pull up, to stand. Walk to me, I say. Keep my voice level. Stay in the bright spots. Walk. Trevor walks. Slow. Careful. His own shadow on the pavement isn't moving yet, but I can see it starting to separate from his feet. The gap widening. Another 5 seconds and it'll stand up like Dale's did. He reaches me. I grab him, pull him to the tractor. Climb on. Back near the generator. Hold onto the frame. Dad, what about? Climb. He climbs. Mrs. Murphy's kids are pouring out now. 88 people trying to fit through double doors, and behind them I can see the shadows inside the gym advancing, spreading across the floor like spilled ink. The overhead lights are flickering worse now. Dim, bright, dim. Everyone to the tractor. Anderson's yelling. Stay in the light. Stay together. They're running. Kids crying. Teachers trying to maintain order. Dale's on the ground with me, grabbing kids, lifting them onto the tractor frame. 3 kids. 5. 8. They're clinging to the roll bar, to the work light mounts, to the PTO generator housing. Anywhere they can hold. A 4th grader, Nathan Porter, I know his dad, he farms corn out near Randolph, trips, falls. His shadow on the pavement separates completely. Stands up. Nathan's scrambling backward, but the shadow is faster. It flows over him. Nathan screams. His eyes go black. His skin goes gray. Mrs. Murphy grabs for him, but Nathan's gone. Already converted. He stands up. Movement's wrong, too fluid, like he's not using muscles anymore, and turns toward the other kids. His shadow self reaching for their shadows on the ground. Back to the gym. Anderson's yelling. Everyone back. But the gym's compromised. The shadows are inside. There's nowhere to go. I'm counting heads on the tractor. 13 kids. Dale. Trevor. 15 people. The cab's at capacity. The frame's at capacity. We can't fit more. Gene, we gotta go. Dale's shouting. There are still 60 people in the parking lot. Kids. Teachers. Principal Anderson. They're pressed against the tractor, against our bubble of light, but the bubble's only so big. The shadows are advancing from every direction, testing the light's edges, and the ambient sunlight is almost gone. The eclipse is 70% coverage now, the sky dark purple-gray like a bad storm. Anderson's at my door. Mr. Holbrook, please. There's no room. I'm yelling over the Deer's engine, over the generator, over the kids crying. I can't fit more people. Then make multiple trips. Come back for us. I'm looking at the shadows. They're 3 feet away now. 2 feet. Our work lights are bright, but they're not infinite. And there are so many shadows. When we move, they'll rush into the space we vacate. Anyone still in this parking lot will be surrounded in seconds. I'll come back, I tell Anderson, knowing it's a lie, knowing he knows it's a lie. Get everyone back in the gym. Seal the doors. Find more lights. A shadow reaches through our light barrier. Just an edge. Touches Anderson's shoe. He looks down. Looks at me. His shadow on the pavement starts to separate. Gio, he yells. Get those kids out of here. I'm already climbing into the cab. Dale's cramming himself into the jump seat. I shift into gear, throttle up. The tractor lurches forward. The kids on the frame scream, clutch tighter. Trevor's holding the generator housing with both hands, his knuckles white. We roll toward the parking lot exit. Behind us, the shadows flood in. 60 people still in the parking lot. Mrs. Murphy, Principal Anderson, 2 custodians, the kindergarten teacher whose name I can't remember. They're running for the gym, but the shadows are faster. I see Mrs. Murphy go down, see her shadow flow over her, see her eyes turn black. Trevor's watching through the rear lights. Dad, there, Dad. Don't look, I tell him. Trevor, don't look. But I'm looking, in the mirror, watching the shadows take them, one by one. Watching people I know, parents from Trevor's class, teachers who taught Kelsey, people I've fixed equipment for, watching them get swallowed by darkness and stand back up wrong. Eyes black, skin gray, moving with that fluid wrong motion. We clear the parking lot, roll onto K18. The shadows follow, 30 of them, 50. They're running now, not walking, running, keeping pace with the tractor. 26 miles per hour maximum speed, and the shadows are matching it. They're learning, Dale says, getting faster. My phone's buzzing. Kelsey. I answer on speaker. Dad, are you okay? Did you get Trevor? I got him. We're heading to you now. 15 minutes to Riley Middle School. The sky's getting darker. Eclipse at 90%. Kelsey, how many people are in your building? Maybe 300. Students and staff. Why? 300 people. 15 spaces on the tractor. The math is worse than before. Dad, why are you asking? I don't answer. Can't answer. How do I tell my daughter I can only save 15 people out of 300? How do I tell her I have to choose? Kelsey, listen to me. I need you to get to the main entrance. Bring whoever you can. Runners. People who can hold onto the tractor. Silence. Then, Dad. Dad, no. You can't. There are kids here. We can't just leave them. I know. Dad, I have a classroom full of 7th graders. I have students who trust me. I can't. Kelsey. My voice comes out sharp. Too sharp. Trevor flinches in the mirror. Get to the main entrance. I'll be there in 12 minutes. You choose who comes with you, but you make that choice now. The line goes quiet. I can hear Kelsey breathing. Can imagine her in her classroom, looking at her students, knowing she has to pick which ones live. Dad, I can't do this, she whispers. You have to. Why me? Why do I have to choose? Because I can't make that choice for her. Because I'm already drowning in the choice I made at Trevor's school. Because if she chooses, maybe I can pretend it wasn't my fault. But I don't say any of that. Just 12 minutes, Kelsey. Main entrance. Bring whoever you can. I hang up. Dale's silent. Trevor's crying quietly behind me, trying not to make sound. The 13 kids on the frame are holding on. Some crying, some silent, all terrified. And we're rolling down K18 18 toward another school where I'll have to tell 300 people there's only room for 15. The eclipse hits maximum coverage. The sun's a thin crescent. The sky goes dark. Not night dark, but wrong dark. That purple-black color like a bruise. Our work lights are blazing, but they look weaker somehow. The shadows look stronger, darker, moving faster. A shadow crosses the road ahead. Not running from the side, standing in the middle of the road. Waiting. I don't slow down. The tractor's got four-wheel drive and weighs 15,000 pounds. The shadow, human-shaped, arms outstretched, stands its ground. We hit it at 26 miles per hour. The shadow doesn't splatter, doesn't break. It flows up over the hood, over the windshield, blocking my view. I'm driving blind, steering by memory, and the shadows pressing against the glass like liquid, like oil. Where it touches the windshield, the glass goes dark. Not dirty, dark, like the glass itself is turning into shadow. "Gene!" Dale's yelling. I flip on the windshield wipers. They push the shadow aside. It splits around the wiper blades, reforms, and in the gap I see the road, see Riley city limit sign ahead. The shadow flows off the windshield, drops back to the road. In the mirror, I see it stand up, start running after us. Riley Middle School appears ahead. 3-story building, brick, built in the 1980s when they consolidated the rural schools. The parking lot's full of shadows. More than at Trevor's school. Hundreds, thousands. They're packed together like a crowd at a concert, all facing the building. And in the main entrance doorway, I see Kelsey. She's got 12 kids with her. 12, not 15. She couldn't choose 15. Couldn't make herself pick 3 more. I'm pulling into the parking lot when my phone rings. Amber. "Gene, I need you to listen and not argue." Her voice is calm. Too calm. Clinical. "The admin office doors breached 4 minutes ago. We fought them off. Jennifer's hurt. She got touched. But we sealed ourselves in the records room. There's no exit. The SHEs are outside the door. They're not trying to break in anymore. They're just waiting. Gene, they know we're trapped." I'm watching Kelsey in the doorway. 12 kids. She's waving at me, urgent, desperate. The shadows in the parking lot are starting to notice the tractor, starting to turn. "I'm coming for you," I tell Amber. "Soon as I get Kelsey." "No, listen to me. Junction City's gone. The hospital's been overrun. The whole city's gone. I can see from the window there are more SHEs than people now. Gene, you can't save me, but you can save the kids." "Amber, Trevor and Kelsey need their father. They need you to get them somewhere safe, somewhere with light. You don't have time for a 28-mile detour to a hospital that's already lost." The shadows are advancing on the tractor. 50 feet away. 40. Our lights push them back, but they're surrounding us. And Kelsey's in the doorway with 12 kids. And there are already 15 people on this tractor. And if I try to fit more, we'll be too heavy, too slow. "Amber, I can't." My voice breaks. "I can't leave you. You're not leaving me. You're saving our children. Gene, look at me." Can't look at her. She's 28 miles away in a hospital records room. But I know what she means. Look at what we have. Look at what we can save. "There's a storm shelter at the Riley Water Treatment Plant," Amber says. "Underground. Concrete. Your cousin Danny works there. He'll know how to seal it. Get the kids there. All of them. As many as you can save. And Gene." Static. "Amber." More static. Then her voice. Faint. "Love you. Tell them I." The line goes dead. Not dropped. Dead. Like the phone on her end stopped working. Or like Amber stopped being able to use a phone. I'm staring at my phone. Dale's hand on my shoulder. "Gene, the kids." Kelsey's running toward the tractor now. The 12 kids with her. The shadows are converging. We've got maybe 10 seconds before they're surrounded. I have to choose, right now, this moment. Save Amber. Drive 28 miles to Junction City through thousands of shadows, knowing the hospital's overrun, knowing she's probably already converted, knowing I'll lose the kids I already have. Or save the kids. Get Kelsey and as many children as I can fit, drive to the water treatment plant, seal ourselves in the shelter, let Amber go. My wife, or my children. Not both, never both. The shadows are 20 feet from Kelsey. 15. Trevor's voice behind me. Dad, that's Kelsey. Dad, we have to. I'm shifting into gear, rolling forward, toward Kelsey, away from Amber. Dad, what about Mom? I don't answer, can't answer, just drive. Kelsey reaches the tractor. I grab her arm, pull her into the cab. She's squeezing into the space behind me with Dale, and the 12 kids are climbing onto the frame, finding handholds, clinging to the other kids already there. 27 people now. Too many. Way too many. The tractor's suspension is bottomed out. The steering's heavy. Where's Mom? Kelsey asks. Dad, where's? She's gone. The words come out flat. Dead. Junction City's gone. We're going to the water treatment plant. Kelsey's staring at me. What do you mean gone? I don't answer. Just throttle up. The overloaded tractor groans, lurches forward. We roll out of the parking lot. Behind us, the shadows flood into Riley Middle School. 300 people still inside. Teachers, students, kids Kelsey taught. Kids who trusted her to keep them safe. She's looking back, watching the shadows enter her school. Dad, we can't. There are still. We can't save them. My hands are shaking on the steering wheel. We can't save everyone. We can only save who we can fit. But, Kelsey, we can't. She goes quiet. Trevor's crying. Dale's praying under his breath. The kids on the frame are silent now, shock setting in. And I'm driving toward the water treatment plant, 3 miles from here, where my cousin Danny might or might not be alive, where there might or might not be shelter. And I'm trying not to think about Amber in that records room, trying not to imagine her shadow separating from her body, her eyes going black, her skin going gray, trying not to see her face when I made the choice, when I chose the kids over her. She told me to, she wanted me to, but that doesn't make it easier, doesn't make it hurt less. The water treatment plant appears ahead, chain link fence, concrete buildings, the underground shelter entrance visible near the main tank. I can see Danny's truck in the parking lot. He's there. He's alive. We roll through the gate. The shadows are following, but they're slower now, like the eclipse ending is weakening them. The sun's starting to emerge, just a sliver, but it's there. The sky's getting lighter, the ambient sunlight returning. Danny's at the shelter entrance, waving us down. Jean, down here. Hurry. I'm parking the tractor near the entrance. The kids are climbing off, stumbling, some falling, all exhausted. Dale helps them toward the shelter. Trevor's holding Kelsey's hand. They're both looking at me. Dad, Trevor says, is Mom really? I can't answer. If I answer, I'll break. And I can't break. Not yet. Not with 27 people depending on me. Inside, I tell them, now. The shelter doors open. Concrete stairs leading down. Underground. Safe. Danny's ushering everyone in, counting heads, sealing the door behind us. The shadows outside press against the fence, against the buildings, but they can't get in. The shelter's flooded with fluorescent light. Backup generators. Water storage. Food supplies. We can last weeks down here. Everyone's inside. The door seals. Danny throws the bolt. We're safe. We made it. I saved 27 people. I left 300 to die. Left my wife to die. Made my daughter choose which of her students lived. Made my son watch people he knew get converted. Trevor and Kelsey are looking at me, waiting for me to say something, to tell them it'll be okay, to tell them Mom's coming. But Mom's not coming. Mom's in a hospital records room in Junction City with black eyes and gray skin. If she's lucky, she's still herself. If she's not lucky, I can't finish that thought. Dad, Trevor says, his voice small, broken. I pull them both close, feel them shaking, feel myself shaking, and outside, through the shelter's narrow window, I can see the eclipse ending, the sun returning, the shadows retreating to their natural positions. Just regular shadows again, lying flat, obeying physics. But it's too late. The damage is done. The conversion's spread. And somewhere in Junction City, Amber's standing in a hospital corridor with black eyes, reaching for shadows that aren't there anymore, waiting for instructions from a son that's disappeared. I close my eyes, hold my children, and try not to see her face. The first 3 days we waited for Amber to call, kept the radio on, checked our phones every 10 minutes even though the cell towers were down. On day 4, Lieutenant Colonel Branson's first broadcast confirmed Junction City was lost. On day 7, Trevor stopped asking when Mom was coming home. On day 37, he stopped talking entirely. Day 43 in the Riley Water Treatment Plant shelter. Trevor won't speak. Hasn't said a word in 6 days. Just sits in the corner with the other kids, staring at the concrete wall. Kelsey leads classes math, reading, science, using supplies Danny scavenged from the treatment plant office. She's teaching 7th grade curriculum to 3rd graders because that's what she knows. The kids don't complain. Claire Jennings, the girl who held Trevor's hand at the school, she started drawing pictures. Black crayon shadows on white paper. Every single picture, just shadows. Danny got the generators running continuously. We've got light 24 hours a day. Fluorescent, harsh, the kind of light that makes your eyes ache after a few hours. Nobody complains. The alternative is darkness, and darkness means shadows, and shadows mean... I don't finish that thought. Above ground, we can see through the shelter's observation ports. The sun's back, full daylight. April in Kansas should be 70 degrees, sunny, spring planting season. The shadows outside are behaving normally now, lying flat, following the sun angle. No movement, no separation, just regular shadows. But Junction City's gone. Manhattan's gone. Topeka's gone. The radio, when it works, which is maybe 30 minutes a day, says the conversion spread to 43 counties before stopping. Population of those counties was approximately 800,000 people. Current estimate of unconverted survivors, 12,000. I do the math every day. Can't help it. 800,000 people. 12,000 survived. That's 1.5% survival rate. 98.5% conversion. And I saved 27 people. Could have saved more. Should have made more trips. Should have squeezed more kids onto that tractor. Should have gone to Junction City first. Should have gotten Amber before the hospital was overrun. Should have chosen differently. Kelsey knows what I'm thinking, sees it in my face. Yesterday she said, "Dad, you saved us. You made the right choice." I didn't answer. Right choice. Like there was a right choice. Like choosing which people die is something you can get right. Dale's helping Danny with the generators now. Checking fuel levels, maintaining equipment. He's good at that. Keeps busy. Doesn't talk about his nephew Randy, the Manhattan deputy. Doesn't talk about his farm. Doesn't talk about anything except fuel consumption rates and maintenance schedules. I found him crying in the pump room 3 days ago. Didn't say anything. Just sat with him. After 10 minutes, he wiped his face and went back to checking the oil levels. We're all doing that. Crying in private, maintaining in public, pretending the world didn't end. The kids are the worst. Not because they cry, they do, but that's normal, expected, but because some of them don't. Nathan Porter's sister, Emily, she's in Kelsey's class. Was in Kelsey's class. I don't know if Kelsey told her about Nathan, about watching him get converted in the parking lot. Emily asks about him every day. When's Nathan coming? Did Dad find Nathan? Is Nathan with the other rescued people? Kelsey tells her Nathan's with another group, in another shelter, that will see him when it's safe to travel. Emily believes her, asks every day, same questions, same answers, same lie. I want to tell Emily the truth. Want to say, your brother's eyes turned black and his skin turned gray and he's not Nathan anymore. He's something wearing Nathan's shape. But I can't, because she's 8 years old and she's already lost her parents and her home, and if I take Nathan too, what does she have left? So Kelsey lies, and I let her, and every time Emily asks, I see Kelsey die a little more inside. The radio crackles on at 10:14 a.m. Same voice every day, Lieutenant Colonel Branson from Fort Riley, coordinating what's left of the Kansas National Guard response. Containment zones established in Wichita, Lawrence, and Salina. Survivors should make their way to these zones for processing and relocation. Do not attempt to enter quarantine zones. Do not approach converted individuals. They do not respond to verbal commands. Repeat, converted individuals display no aggressive behavior, but do not respond to external stimuli. Treatment options are being researched. Updates to follow. Treatment options. Like this is a disease. Like Amber standing in a hospital corridor with black eyes because she caught a cold. And if we just find the right medicine, she'll be Amber again. Danny turns the radio off. You okay, Jean? I'm not okay. I'm never going to be okay. Amber's gone. 300 kids at Riley Middle School are gone. 60 people at Trevor's elementary school are gone. Mrs. Murphy, who taught Trevor to read. Principal Anderson, who gave Kelsey her first teaching job. Nathan Porter, who played soccer with Trevor every recess. All gone. All converted. All standing somewhere in Riley County with black eyes and gray skin, waiting for instructions from a son that stopped talking to them. I'm fine, I tell Danny. He doesn't believe me, doesn't argue either. Just goes back to checking the fuel levels. Kelsey's teaching fractions to the kids, using concrete examples. If we have 15 cans of food and 27 people, how much does each person get? And I can hear her voice cracking on the numbers. 15, 27. The math that saved us. The math that killed everyone else. Trevor's in the corner, still not speaking. Yesterday, I tried to get him to talk. Asked him about school, about his friends, about anything. He looked at me with Amber's eyes. Same hazel color, same shape, and didn't say a word. I called Kelsey over. Asked if Trevor had said anything to her. She shook her head. Then she said, quiet. He watched you choose, Dad. He watched you drive away from the school. Drive away from the hospital. He's 8 years old and he watched his father decide who lives and who dies. I didn't have a choice, I said. I know, but he doesn't. He just knows Mom's gone and 300 people are dead and you're the one who drove away. She didn't say it mean, just factual. Science teacher laying out data, cause and effect, action and consequence. I wanted to argue, wanted to explain the math, the capacity limits, the impossible choices, but she already knows. She made the same choice at her school. Picked 12 kids out of 300, left 288 people to die. She hasn't told me how she chose. Which kids? Why those 12? I haven't asked. Don't think I could handle knowing. The observation port shows movement above ground. I check it, habit now, every hour, making sure the shadows haven't started moving again. But it's just wind. Dust blowing across the treatment plant parking lot. The Deer 8370R is still parked near the shelter entrance. Work lights mounted on the frame, PTO generator still coupled to the rear shaft. I should disconnect it, bring it inside, salvage the parts. I can't make myself go up there. Can't make myself touch that tractor. It's got Trevor's fingerprints on the generator housing. Kelsey's on the door frame. Amber's probably on the phone I left in the cup holder. If I bring it inside, I'll have to clean it, have to erase them, have to admit they're really gone. So I leave it, let it sit in the parking lot, let the wind cover it with dust. Danny's checking the supply inventory. 17 days of food left at current rationing. Water's not a problem. We're in a water treatment plant. We've got literally millions of gallons, but food's running low. Eventually, someone's going to have to go above ground. Scavenge. Find supplies. That someone's going to be me. I'm the one who knows Riley County. Knows which houses have basements with canned goods. Knows which gas stations have snack food in the back rooms. Knows the routes. Knows the risks. I'm also the one who's expendable. Kelsey's teaching the kids. Dale's maintaining the generators. Danny's managing the water systems. Trevor needs his sister. If I get converted during a supply run, they'll be fine. Sad but fine. They've already lost Amber. One more loss won't break them. That's what I tell myself. Kelsey catches me looking at the tactical map Danny drew marking safe routes, known hazard zones, potential supply locations. She doesn't say anything, just looks at the map, looks at me. When? She asks. Tomorrow, early morning. Shadows are shortest mid-morning, longest range between me and any vertical objects. I'll go with you. No, you're staying with Trevor. Dad, you're staying. My voice comes out hard. Final. I'm not losing you too. She's quiet for a long time. Then, you didn't lose Mom, Dad. You saved us. There's a difference. Is there? I don't wait for an answer. Go back to planning the supply run. Dakota Street has 3 houses with basements. The quick shop on Industrial Road probably has food in the storage room. The elementary school kitchen. The elementary school kitchen where I left 60 people to die. I crossed that off the list. Trevor appears next to me, still not talking, just standing there looking at the map. I put my hand on his shoulder. He doesn't pull away, doesn't lean in, just stands. I can feel him shaking, small tremors, constant. I'm sorry, I tell him. Don't know if he hears, don't know if it matters. He looks up at me, opens his mouth. For a second, I think he's going to speak, going to say something, anything. He closes his mouth, looks back at the map, points to the hospital marked in red pen. Junction City, 28 miles. I shake my head. She's gone, Trevor. We can't. He points again, insistent. Trevor, even if we got there, even if we found her, she's not Mom anymore. You understand? She's converted. Black eyes, gray skin. She's not coming back. Trevor keeps pointing, his finger steady on the hospital marker. And I understand what he's asking. Not asking me to save her, asking me to verify, to prove she's really gone, to see it with his own eyes so he can stop hoping. Maybe, I tell him, maybe after we get supplies, after we know it's safe, maybe we can check. It's a lie. I'm never taking him to Junction City, never letting him see what Amber became. But it's the lie he needs right now, so I tell it. He nods, goes back to his corner, still shaking. Kelsey's watching from across the shelter. She mouths, liar. I mouth back, I know. The radio crackles again. Lieutenant Colonel Branson. Confirmed reports that converted individuals do not require food or water. They remain stationary unless light conditions change. Attempts at reversal protocols ongoing. No success to date. Families of converted individuals are advised that identification may be possible through dental records or Danny turns it off. We've heard this update 17 times now. Same information, same non-answers. The government doesn't know what to do. The military doesn't know what to do. Nobody knows what to do. We're on our own. Same as we were 43 days ago when the shadows started moving. Same as we'll be 43 days from now. I'm looking at the supply map, planning routes, calculating risks, doing what I'm good at, fixing problems, maintaining equipment, keeping things running. But some problems can't be fixed. Some equipment's too broken. Some things don't keep running no matter how hard you work. Amber's gone. Trevor's not speaking. Kelsey's lying to 8-year-olds about their dead siblings. Dale's crying in pump rooms. And I'm planning a supply run that might get me converted, might get me killed, might accomplish nothing except proving I'm as useless above ground as I am down here. The observation port shows the sun reaching its apex. High noon. Shadows at their shortest. In 6 hours, they'll stretch long again. East to west. Normal. Physics obeying. Just shadows. But I can't make myself trust them. Can't make myself believe they won't pull away from their sources. Won't stand up. Won't come for us. Every night I dream about the parking lot. About Mrs. Murphy going down. About Principal Anderson's shadow separating from his feet. About Amber in the records room, her voice cutting out mid-sentence, her last words lost to static. Every morning I wake up and the nightmare's still real, still happening, will keep happening forever. Kelsey's teaching fractions. Trevor's staring at walls. Dale's checking fuel levels. Danny's managing water pressure. And I'm planning a supply run into a county full of shadow people who used to be my neighbors. This is the rest of my life. Has been for 43 days. Will be for however many days I have left. The radio crackles one more time. Branson's voice. To all survivors. Remain in secure locations. Do not lose hope. We will find a solution. We will restore. The transmission cuts out. Doesn't come back. I look at the map. At the routes. At the math. 15 people saved, 800,000 people lost, 1.5% survival rate, 98.5% conversion. And somewhere in Junction City, in a hospital corridor, Amber's standing with black eyes and gray skin, waiting for a son that stopped giving orders. I close my eyes, see her face, the way she looked in my phone screen 43 days ago, telling me to save the kids. Telling me to let her go. I chose the kids, made the right choice, the only choice, but right doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, doesn't mean I sleep, doesn't mean I forget, doesn't mean anything except I'm alive and she's not and I have to keep living with that. Every day, every hour, every minute, for the rest of my life.